need to not pick
YouTube.
up. I'll go straight
What's
to
good, man?
Find something to
we back with another video.
I can be a little bit cold.
We got animals that even AI can't come up with.
It's playing tricks. I say I'm fine.
I'm expecting to see some.
Hurting me deep inside. I need to not pick up my phone.
I was about to say something crazy. Hold on. Rephrase. Man, I want to see some. No, you know what? I'm just everything that's coming to my head right now is just nothing, bro. Nothing. What the fuck is that?
What is that?
That's a llama? What the?
This is what happens when you try to make a sequel without paying respect to the source material. Nature clearly tried to recreate the biological box office hit that was a giraffe, but on a budget. The result is an animal that 100% spawned a cryptid myth or six. If the tall one's a giraffe, then this is a rough draft. We don't talk about Garanucks enough, but we really should, because explaining this animal to the wrong people in the wrong times would have been cause to have you lobotomized. And you know they're not AI, because Garanucks can go their entire lives without drinking water. Well, technically anybody can, but getting moisture from leaves and shoots means Garanucks can live a full life without ever sipping water. Allen Iverson could never. You know what huskies look like after getting shaved? Well, Garanucks look like an alpaca with alopecia, while also looking like a kangaroo doing a handstand. Go ahead, pause the video and squint, you'll see it eventually. But the Garanuck is a gazelle, with its closest relative likely being the one you think of when you hear the word gazelle. Garanucks are built different, literally structured abnormally. If you didn't know any better, you'd assume you saw something that rhymes with wind soccer. And the pose makes me think they inspired the freak deer that folded Finn from Adventure Time. But of course, the most uncanny feature is that pinhead. Nature had to give them buns of steel and iron quads just to act as a counterbalance. Why they didn't just give them a normal head? Well, that is beyond our comprehension. It is nice to know an animal built like a Wendigo still has decorum. I defy you to tell me this isn't a male Garanuck holding down a branch for his girl. Ain't nothing artificial about this intelligence, some stuff is just universal. There's really nothing like a Garanuck, but there's a distant relative of theirs that's arguably more mythical. The Saiga looks like Narnia in the face, and that's saying something because I never watched Narnia. But it feels right. The Saiga is an
is that how you see my nose?
The Saiga is an unusual and underrated antelope that used to populate the steppe in millions. That's actually why they have the NSFW nose. You see, that double barrel nostril situation was an adaptation to filter out dust kicked up by the massive herd. The same nose also cools the blood in the summer and warms up air in the winter before it gets to the lungs. It's a multi-purpose proboscis that makes them Antelope Alpha, while also serving as a built-in mask. Yet that mask couldn't save the Saiga from its own pandemic, because in 2015 there was a mass outbreak of a bacteria that caused blood poisoning in the infected and killed 200,000 and erased 2/3 of the global population. But the Star Wars Extra has made a comeback, with their numbers rebounding from less than 40,000 in 2005 to today over 4 million, with Kazakhstan ecologist estimating that they'll hit over 5 million by 2030. Thank the powers that play for that, because just imagine showing somebody this picture of an extinct animal and being like, yeah, this was taken all the way back in 2015, so if you needed to hear good news, you'll be happy to know the Saiga is looking like it's here to stay. You might be less happy about this though. I've seen some adorable looking grasshoppers in my day.
No bullshit on my, no bullshit. I got home from work at 8 o'clock this morning. Front door. Guess what I see? This nigga here on my fucking life. I'm like, he right. I'm tired as fuck. It's a 30-minute drive from my job. I'm already tired from work. That 30-minute drive, so boom. Finally got in the garage. Or finally, you know what I'm saying, in the driveway. Parked the car. Sit down for a couple of minutes, 5-10 minutes. You feel me? 5 little 10, you know what I'm saying? Alright, it's time to get up, get in the house, sit down, lay down, whatever, right? As soon as I reach for the door handle, I see a green little motherfucker. Right, like not on the door handle and not on the door screen, but like on a little wood part on the side, if you know what I'm saying. Like the door frames, you know what I'm saying? The door frame on the side. It was sitting right there. I ain't see that bitch the last second. Like, ooh, bitch. What the fuck is you on? I'm like, oh shit. I had a shirt I had took off because it was hot. It's hot as fuck. I had a shirt I took off. I said, first one, right? Nigga didn't move. I ain't hit him. I'm like, damn. I'm thinking this nigga gonna fly away. Some shit get scared. He not phased. I'm like, oh. Second one, missed again. I'm like, bro, I don't got time for this, bro. I'm tired, bro. I don't fuck with animals, bro. I'm not touching it with my hands. So I'm using his shirt. Again, third time. Got his ass, but he on the ground now. I seen him. He was squiggling. He was on his back. I was like, ooh. Man, just fly away. Run away or something, nigga. He gonna get back on his, you know what I'm saying? Get back right. Just standing there. I'm like, now this nigga camping at my front door, bro. Now he damn near at the steps. Come on, bro. Move. Not, you know what I'm saying? He on the ground now. I'm like, how am I hit this? Because it's like, my door like this way, right? And that's how I'm supposed to put this? I got a gate that blocks off this way, and a gate that goes off, like that goes across and then cut off right there, right before the garage. You feel me? So it's kind of it's this walkway right to the door, and I'm right there. So it's like I gotta hit him to me to get him to the grass. You feel me? So I'm like, fuck. How am I do this? I said, fuck it. Open up the garage door and went in. That motherfucker still might be right there. This is a long. I don't know why I told you that story. Y'all probably don't give a fuck.
Smiling Bugs Life paralysis demon is not one of them. To be fair, it's not a grasshopper, it's a katydid. Same insect order, different insects, and I hear they get real offended when you confuse them. This katydid belongs to the Copophora genus, a genus that looks like a sick joke, with members perpetually mocking you for it. There's not a single situation where a bug needs to look like this. And maybe it's partly my fault, because I can't look at this and not see two brick yellow teeth giving me the world's most devious smile. He's built like a Courage the Cowardly Dog plot device, Freaky Fred looking. That smile should get you put on the list. And the thing is, they're not just an assault on your sight. Giant katydids have the distinction of being one of the loudest insects on Earth.
It's actually disgusting. Oh my god.
You know, I don't know everything, so I wasn't sure if that audio was edited or not. But after listening to other clips, I've come to the conclusion that, yes, this bug can, in fact, send a war veteran back to Vietnam with a touch of its wings. That wing rubbing is called stridulation, and it's not just an alarm clock for PTSD. Some katydids sound exactly like chirping birds. And just like birds, the call is mostly for attracting mates, and some male katydids will form boy band groups to sing together to help each other keep the rhythm, which is apparently a major turn on. And if you think the bugs show respect to the original IP, 1, katydids came first, so the birds sing like them, and 2, some katydids eat birds, so yeah, katydids let their nuts hang. Literally, because fun fact, cover your ears kids, but the largest testicles on the planet belong to these bush crickets. You don't have to believe me, you can Google it, and then you can explain your search history. Just know, there's not a single prompt you could give a computer that would lead to this. And that's the thing with AI. Nature's weird enough without people making stuff up, and this is the most AI-looking animal I've ever seen. Goats in general don't seem to be real. Like, they're constantly testing what they can get away with in the Matrix. And the Markhor is no different.
Yeah, he
the
looks like an elder,
genuinely looks mythical, with a reputation that actually precedes them. Their name translates to snake eater because of their habit of curb-stopping serpents and, predictably, eating them. At least according to folklore, the locals would collect the chewed cud of these goats, believing they could use it as snake anti-venom. Also, the national animal of Pakistan is those goats, believing they could use it as snake anti-venom. Also, the national animal of Pakistan is a lot bigger than you think, with males often getting to over 200 pounds, which is pretty big for an animal you've probably never seen before. And if you have, and this Gandalf goat looks familiar, they were actually Thor's emotional support in Love and Thunder. The Markhor is a beautifully majestic specimen. Which is funny because if we were ducks, I'd literally have to censor that. Male Markhors use those iconic horns to battle cliffside for females. That and they were created a day Nature's ice cream machine came in. Whether it's them allegedly landscaping the snake population, their cinematic fights to the death, or just Markhor parkour, you gotta admit, this goat has more ore than anything an algorithm could come up with. Now this goat, holy freak.
That's a fucking
now,
man
I think
in
every
a goat
animal's
suit,
beautiful
bro.
in this goat.
Bro, how is this not a man in a fucking goat suit, bro? You're not bullshitting me, bro. Look at this. That's a whole mouth, nose. You can see some saliva coming. This is actually, oh my god. Pause, nigga. Damn. I just looked down. Fuck. Bro, we moving on, bro.
Holy freaks. Now, I think every animal's beautiful in some way, but that starts to change once people start playing God. And boy, did we play God with this goat. We ruined them just like we did the powder pigeon. We fully pugged a goat, and weirdly enough, Damascus goats look almost normal as kids, only to get Pearl Harbored by puberty. They say for every ugly mug, there's at least one who'll defend it. So I'm still waiting for someone to defend the animal, literally built as Cusco's
real, bro.
Karma.
Oh my,
this is the one fucking, so I'm still waiting.
No fucking way that's real, nigga. I would dead ass think that's from like, what's that fucking one monster movie? Or one monster bedtime story? Where that kid, he went to the like island or some shit and was like beast. It was like a cat beast. Y'all know what I'm talking about? I forgot what it's fucking called. I think they killed them at the end. Or he killed them at the end. I don't fucking know. I forgot what it's called. But it's giving me that just weird ass feeling. Like, no way humans seen this thing. Bro, oh my god, bro. I can't keep looking
for someone
at this,
to defend the animal, literally built as Cusco's Karma. This is the one time I wish it were AI, because they look like their existence is constant pain. That is not the skull of an animal that should have been afforded life. That, and this is now the third case of unnecessary censorship. Looking like Rocky Dennis's persona is even funnier when you realize a Damascus won a beauty pageant for goats, with Gar being named Most Beautiful Goat in 2008. And yes, those are the pictures PR went with. And I'm sure the goats are nice people and they didn't ask for this, but that's what human hubris does. It turns goats into Dark Crystal characters. That's a lot of effort just to get human hubris does. It turns goats into Dark Crystal characters. That's a lot of effort just to get one-upped by nature. Like this.
Not real.
Not only is this real, but this cat and that shark have something in common.
Shut the fuck up. That's not real, bro. You're not telling me this is real. This is a half Cyclops, half cat, half fucking elf. What the fuck is this, nigga? Fucking a down the snowman looking ass nigga. What the fuck? And what did he say it was? These
goats into Dark Crystal characters. That's a lot of effort just to get one-upped by nature. Like this. Not only is this real, but this cat and that shark have something in common. I see you all have questions, and I'm gonna get to them, starting with the biggest one. Why do you know the things that you know? You should have been asking yourself that after I brought up bush cricket cojones. People ask me how I know so much about animals and even why I'm so into them in the first place, and I don't know, but the answer is likely undiagnosed and very undermedicated. It's really nothing for me to spend hours, even days, going down the rabbit hole of my fixation of the week. It's when it's time to sit down and make the video and retrace the rabbit hole. Yeah, I waste a lot of time that way. That's why I feel pretty good about today's sponsor, Opera. Don't touch the mouse. Now, see, that's actually
I'm sorry.
More we can have 4
I ain't a part of this. You make your money though.
Of a pregnant to go down. To Opera for sponsoring my recreational rabbit hole habit, because this was one hell of a rabbit hole to go down. You are looking at a rare albino cyclops found inside the stomach of a pregnant dusky shark. He looks like a petrified Agent Plecky from Lilo and Stitch. Actually, no, he looks like one of those disgustingly hyper-realistic frames from SpongeBob.
Bro, do you know how freaked out I will be if I seen an actual being with one eye? An actual being with one eye. What the let alone it being a fucking water animal. Some dumb shit. Of course it'd be in the fucking water. I can't look at that, bro.
What I'm talking about. Please. This deformed fetus is a result of one of the freakiest defects in nature. Holoprosencephaly is a rare condition where the brain of a developing embryo fails to separate into 2 distinct halves, instead forming one mass. Obviously, this causes a laundry list of problems.
I didn't know that was actually... I know it can happen to animals. Can it happen to humans? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I've never seen one. So how do
It
we
means one eye gets stuck right in the middle. It's the same condition afflicting this kitten. Unfortunately, this condition has been described as being incompatible with life, which is a really dramatic way of saying you're basically born in past tense.
Right.
But the weirdest part is HPE is caused by a mutation in the Sonic the Hedgehog gene. Don't laugh, I'm serious. In the early stages, it's this gene and the Sonic the Hedgehog protein that separates the eye field into two separate eyes. And maybe that's why the Speed Freak has one eye with two pupils. Oh god, I'm sorry. Take it back.
Relax.
Oh, also humans can get holoprosencephaly too. I'm just not putting those pictures anywhere near this video. But yeah, the shark's real, but incredibly rare. That's not its base form. Not like
this. Don't let me see. What the fuck is that? Oh my god! Stop! What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? What the fuck? This not supposed to be a horror, bro. I'm not supposed to be low key getting scared of this shit, bro. What the fuck is? I was trying to talk about. I don't even know what I was trying to talk about. That fucking shark, bro. Does it have teeth? I want to see what it looked like for an adult. I want to see an adult Cyclops anything. I don't, but I do. Because it's like, why do you exist? What purpose do you serve? I'm scared.
Video. But yeah, the shark's real, but incredibly rare. That's not its base form.
How many teeth would that have? Not like have human teeth? Now this gotta be some type of mole rat, yeah, with them claws. I don't know what the fuck this face is. I don't know if it's a feel like I'm not gonna say it.
This is platypus levels of nonsense. The star-nosed mole is proof that people will let nature get away with anything so long as it's small enough, and so long as it spends most of its natural life underground. The mole looks like it sneezed while constipated and prolapsed from the other end, and those 22 facial flesh fingers, or tendrils, are freakishly sensitive. Where your hand has 17,000 touch receptors, Starfish Face has 100,000 on its nose, making it the most sensitive touch organ.
I guess we still touch everything but our hands, but I mean, if you got, how many you saying?
Receptors. Starfish Face
over 100,000. I feel like you wouldn't really need to touch anything for real. If you have because we can kind of feel things without touching stuff. So if you got 100,000, more than 8-9 times ours, you damn near shouldn't even touch shit. You should damn near just great. I don't know. I'm just saying shit.
100,000 on its nose, making it the most sensitive touch organ in the animal kingdom. It's so sensitive, Cthulhu's can decide whether or not something's food in 8 milliseconds, and actually eat it in as little as 120. Meaning, it's a Lovecraftian mole that eats faster than any other animal on Earth, while essentially maxing out on reaction time. And since most moles eat their weight in food a day, star-noses are in a constant state of binging. This mole would genuinely end all life on Earth, if only it weren't 1/8 of a pound. Not only because they would eat entire ecosystems into collapse, because there'd be no way of escaping them. Not only are they speed-eating earthbenders with the internal discernment of a vacuum, they can swim and breathe underwater.
What?
Okay, not really, but they can smell underwater, and they do it by blowing air bubbles to trap molecules that mix with the air inside before inhaling the bubble and, by extension, the trapped molecules.
They blow air bubbles so they can trap the air that was in the water so they can What the fuck is you talking? What the fuck? Bro, bro, I don't even know. I don't even got a reference that from, bro. What the fuck?
A diving mole can sniff out prey while underwater, and even aim air bubbles at a specific target. And did I mention they do this blind? But somehow there's more, because this creature can smell in stereo. The same way you would compare differences in sound between the left and right ear to pinpoint the source, moles can do with their nostrils. Star moles are just a bunch of randomly broken skills and powers.
Their nose is everything, bro. They got the most powerful nose of all time, bro. It's crazy. Who knew?
Packed into a flesh flower faced fur termite. And if you can't say that 5 times fast, you better like this video. But you definitely heard of star-nosed moles before. As a palate cleanser, there you go. The cutest animal you've never seen. Because if I saw it, I wouldn't just think it was AI. I think it was bad Photoshop. How else does one explain a panda leopard meerkat fairy?
I would definitely want to keep one.
Well, the last part's a hint. The marbled polecat is a mustelid, not unlike honey badgers, otters, and wolverines, albeit a little smaller. They're not even the only type of polecat, but they are the one that looks the most like animated taxidermy. They're the only ones that dress like a mother of 4 in divorce court. Marbled polecats stand out, and that might be the point. It's believed a defensive polecat will aggressively flash their colors as a warning. Not that they're venomous, but their attitude is. That, and polecats will take a page out of their skunk cousin's playbook and crop dust a threat with foul-smelling anal secretions that reek of the dead. Also, polecats might be more of a stereotype than honey badgers, as they're hyper-aggressive and regularly attack animals many times their size. This is the same calico ferret that made Ukrainian soldiers evacuate from a bunker.
Як його витягнути?
That bitch over dinner.
Він ж кусається, що ли? Так понятно, що зараз працює.
You ain't gonna run me out my shit. Get out here, little nigga.
Ох, блядь, диви, він хоче напасти.
Hey, go get my floss water. This little nigga playing.
How insane you have to be to bite the ground out of frustration? Someone tells Zigzagoon it ain't that serious.
Tell that little nigga
Well,
calm
considering
down.
the loaded skunk shot, it actually might be. And on the topic of smell, last but not least,
Hello? Look like my homeboy Zeb.
alright, so not AI, but either that is a cartoonishly tiny truck or binturongs are a lot bigger than I thought they were. This mammal casserole is also called a bear cat, but in truth, they're not either.
Cat?
They're in suborder Feliformia, meaning they belong to the cat half of order Carnivora. They're in
They look like a sloth mixed with a koala or some shit. Maybe a lemur or some shit like it looked like it's 3 animals in one, but like so mixed together that it looks like a normal animal from the face at least.
Order Feliformia, meaning they belong to the cat half of order Carnivora. And in Feliformia, binturongs are in the section that is the least talked about. In fact, I could make a part 2 based on vivarids. Not a vivid ferret, you got your turn. Vivarids also include civids like the one whose poop goes in coffee, and genids, which are cats nature drew left-handed. And it's the binturong that is the biggest vivarid, and with some females weighing nearly 80 pounds,
I would think that's
they
Black
are in
Panther,
fact
nigga.
way bigger than I thought they were. I was not expecting a sloth bear from the back. So not a bear or a cat, but this black sentient bath mat can climb, and they have a prehensile tail to help them do it. Which is why you'll probably smell them before you see them. It's true, a binturong bathroom break smells identical to hot buttered popcorn. A smell they use as a warning to rivals, but also as an invitation to the amorous. So if you're in the jungle and randomly smell a movie theater, you might be in the presence of a bear cat. Or death. Since, yeah, tiger urine also gives fresh butter. In fact, that's probably why the binties evolved to smell like that. Wait, that's not... Wait, no, can someone fact check me on that? I just made that up, but it sounds real. Is that the reason why? Despite being built like a Mandela effect and half the population swearing they didn't exist a couple years ago, bear cats are part of the most primitive group of feliforms, meaning they're closer to being beta cats, despite them looking like nature hasn't unlocked them yet. I can make that joke. I've earned it. Just a chuckling, tree-climbing Frito warrior. They also smell like Fritos. Raccoon, monkey, lemur, bear hybrid that can procrastinate and postpone pregnancy until the outsides are favorable. Also, the babies are called binlets, and I like that. And that's gonna do it for this video. I definitely left some animals off, so if this gets...
We need a part 2.
Hungry, 220k likes, I'll do a part 2. But until then, drink water, hug your mother. Remember, reality will always mock fiction. And I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.
You feel me? Like I was saying, but for real, man, please like, comment, subscribe to this video, man. I know I've been going for a couple minutes, a little bit of time. I'm gonna try to be more consistent, man. Nobody told me it'd be like this. Low key. Man, I'm going to work. I'm trying to get off and do straight videos, and then gotta edit for a couple hours. Fuck. Got work in the morning. Nigga, fuck, it's hard. I'm gonna do it for y'all. Bro. Go like, subscribe, man. Turn on post notifications. I'm out this motherfucker.